Hey Spuddies, Potato Whiskey here, and welcome back to Victoria 3. Today, we're going to be playing a little bit of a hegemony run. In particular, we're going to be doing a religious Ethiopia playthrough. So now, religious Ethiopia, it's kind of a strange playthrough, but I think there's a lot of interesting things we can do. Oh, I just want to double check I'm on the right patch, because there was a patch here. But yeah, we're going to be playing as Shiwa. Ethiopia is not united at the start of the game, and so uniting Ethiopia is going to be our primary concern in the early game. So we start off as Shiwa, and in a little bit of a while from now, we will get an event that gives us the Outlaw King. And the Outlaw King is a very special guy because he gets a lot of attack when he's attacked. Basically, we'll be able to unify Ethiopia with him very, very easily. So we need to talk about sort of the challenges and strategies and stuff that we have to employ. So Ethiopia is a pretty backward country. We have the slave trade. We have closed borders. We have no rights for people except for the right of assembly. We have no schools, no health, no police, no colonization. We still have serfdom and traditionalism. These are really bad. We have land-based taxation, which is okay. We have isolationism, which is terrible. We have monarchy, autocracy, national supremacy, state religion, hereditary birth. We have like almost all of the bad laws. Pretty much everything is bad. What we do have, though, is a rather large population. Let's take a look at our political situation here. The landowners is a traditionalist, so he's not going to help us change anything. We have a moderate armed forces guy, so he's not going to do a whole lot. We have abolitionist intelligentsia, but that would crush our situation here. With an abolitionist, could I? Yeah, I don't think I could get rid of serfdom just yet. Let me see. An abolitionist intelligentsia could allow us to move towards tenant farmers. Who would support tenant farmers? It would mostly be the intelligentsia, so we would have to try to force that through. I suppose what we can do is we can bolster the intelligentsia, bring them into government, like so. Now we have an unacceptable government, and we can try to do tenant farmers to get rid of serfdom really early. It's a low chance that it will work, but it will not radicalize the landowners and it will disempower them. It will cut their political strength boost from 50% to 25%, and it will allow mass migration, and it will also get rid of serfdom nice and early, which would unlock a lot of power in our country. So I'm thinking we'll go straight for tenant farmers to see if we can pull that off, a nice political reform early. Now, in terms of social reform, the very first thing that we're going to want to build is probably steelworking, so that our sawmills can use tools, because that's going to form the basis of our early game economy. I'll start by building 5 sawmills and a tooling workshop in my capital state, and I think I can get a single construction sector as well. I should be able to get just one construction sector to kickstart my economy. One of the big challenges we have as Ethiopia is we do not have a lot of industrial goods. So there's kind of a few things that we need to do. We need to expand into the Horn of Africa, and we need to expand down here into the Great Lakes states. These guys down here have tons of coal, if I remember correctly. And there's even some coal in here in Kikuyu. Now we need to kick the British out of Kikuyu as well, and so we'll see what we can pull off. But in the meantime, in terms of decrees, I am just going to do a promote social mobility in our capital to increase our literacy over time. This will give us a 25% boost to education access. If we pop into our population here, the peasants currently are literate at 6%. They're getting a 6% literacy boost from their wealth of 6, so they get 1% literacy per wealth. So this is basically increasing their literacy access by like 5. We multiply their literacy access by 5, so it's really, really good in the early game, especially if you run it in the capital state. There are subsistence farms here, and in order to make them more productive, what we're going to do is we're going to run a encouragement of the agricultural industry. This will increase the throughput of subsistence farms by 20%, which will increase the weekly balance, which will increase the wealth of the manor. Oh, actually, I don't want to do that. Sorry. I don't want to do that just yet. We don't want to do that while we're passing tenant farmers, because that would make the landowners more powerful. It's a pretty low chance that we get tenant farmers through, but it is worth trying. So there's the outlaw prince. We get Tewodros Solomon. He is absolutely insane. There he is. We're going to immediately grant him a command. Go to our military, put him on an attack, and find a good defender to be paired with him. I'll take an armed forces guy, because by promoting him to max rank, I'll be able to dilute the power of the landowners. You can see here, the landowners have 47.5% of the political power. That should change slightly. Now they have 51%, yikes. But yeah, I'll put this guy on defense. He will be the defender. Tewodros will be the attacker. Then we're going to immediately begin demanding the unification of Ethiopia from every single one of our neighbors to get it done as fast as possible. We don't care about how many people join against us in this war. Let's mobilize our forces. We'll put them on the front line. I'm going to cut taxes now and raise the wages of my soldiers so that they fight better. There we go. War with Harar has broken out, and you can see we have a 45 attack power versus 11, and that's because Tewodros, I don't have to say his name, he gives his units plus 30 damage on the offensive. So he's insanely good at unifying his country. Okay, a new figure has risen in the ranks of the landowners campaigning on the unorthodox agenda of abolishing the corn laws. This could be big, actually. Now, this guy is going to start a movement to enact tenant farmers, which is ideal. It'd mean a lot if he could help us get this through. We have annexed Harar, which is perfect. That's going to give us more troops. More importantly, we can immediately begin the next phase of our unification of Ethiopia. We're going to attack Borana next. I need to improve relations with one of England's rivals. So let's have a look at England. They have a rivalry with Russia. That is like the worst one. I'll improve relations. Oh, I can't improve relations with France yet. Okay, never mind. All right, we'll mobilize the troops, put them on the front line because we're trying to take them out, trying to unify Ethiopia as fast as possible. Perfect. Borana has fallen. We will capture them soon. We have annexed Borana. Let's begin the annexation of another. Now, it has been about a year since we started the game, so we want to unify Ethiopia. Let's grab Sedano next. War with Sidamo has broken out. Should be an easy enough conquest. They shouldn't even hold us. And I think tenant farmers failed to pass. That's fine. It was a gamble, okay? We're going to try to pass legacy slavery. It looks like whoever's in charge of the landowners does not mind if we move to legacy slavery. And this would help us disempower the landowners. Sidamo has been conquered. Let's go ahead and grab Kaffa next. And so what legacy slavery will do for my country is it will mean people can no longer import slaves to replace laborers. So the total amount of slaves in my country will remain fixed at 120. This will make it harder for me to expand my population through slavery, but it will allow me to make my peasants more powerful because I'll be able to upgrade them to laborers. How that works is, if we go into this arable land here, you can see the wages that are being paid to the peasants. There's a minimum wage thing in effect here, I believe, that is changing the numbers. You can see here, there's a 10% minimum wage increase. But basically, peasants get paid 20%. 20% of what laborers get paid. If I come over to these logging camps, that does have slaves, but if I go to the laborers, right, you can see here, the laborers are being paid a full wage. Now, these guys are being discriminated against because of the wrong religion, so they're not being paid full. But basically, we want laborers, not peasants, because the peasants are producing goods in the subsistence farms, which the manor houses in our country, these things here, are profiting from. These guys are making money off of these cheap free labor because of their political power, and we're going to take that away from them because they didn't earn it. All right, let's start another Unify Ethiopia war goal. Now that this one is basically completed, means we don't have to disband our army every time. Kaffa has fallen. Perfect. We are starting to run into a tax situation here, so I'm going to max out my taxes and I'm going to pass a consumption tax on tobacco. Ooh, I can't max out my taxes because my government will be illegitimate. What I will do instead then is build a government administration. It's really bad if we go into debt, so we'll try to avoid doing that. One of the ways that we can reduce our bureaucratic need is we can go to the building registry, search for buildings in our country that we have shares of, and sell them off. Let's go ahead and privatize everything. Sell those off, no problem. War with Wilaga has broken out. Perfect. That means we can start the next unification war. Steelworking is now unlocked, so we can make wrought iron tools in tooling workshops. We could use iron to make tools, and we can use tools in our logging camps to increase the wood production. And that is something we definitely want to do in our early game. Next up, we're going to research academia because we want to be able to increase our wealth, education access, and also to build universities because that'll allow us to increase our innovation. The more innovation we have, the better our country will perform. We've annexed Wilaga. Increasing our tax rate doesn't really do much right now because we just don't have the bureaucracy to run taxes, so we need to get these government administrations built. Warsangali might intervene in this war as well, which would be good because it means I can attack them. There we go. Another war is complete and we're setting up for the next one. Still working on getting rid of slavery. It has passed into consideration. 3 years have passed since the start of the game and we just annexed Gojam. We are now the 30th biggest economy in the world with a really bad quality of life, but that's not important. We got the 24th. Wow, we got really bad quality of life. Jesus. Why are people starving in here? What's going on? Oh, there was a famine. So I'm going to trigger a agricultural industry boost in here to try to bring that up a little bit. How long will they starve for? 3 more years. Jesus. All right, we're starting to get up into the tasty levels of infamy, which is not good. Nobody is interested in intervening yet. I'm going to ban dueling because I'm tired of people shooting each other and killing them. Also, those events pop up a lot and I just find them annoying. Let's build another government administration in Oromia to get ourselves a little bit more bureaucracy. I built a government administration in here. It is nearly fully staffed. It's giving me 33 bureaucracy, which is helping with our tax collection because we no longer have quite such a deficit of bureaucracy, giving us a huge tax waste. So you can see the taxes started to collect once we employed more bureaucrats. Another Ethiopian miner falls. Next up, we just want to go ahead and take Tigray, and then we're going to chill. Uh-oh. Egypt did a little conquering nearby, which is painful because Egypt is definitely one of the people we want to fight this game. They have land here that very much so we can integrate pretty easily. So there's academia. We now get wealth education access, and we unlock the university. I'm going to research urban planning because this will allow me to do iron frame buildings. And we need this Horn of Africa area. It's the only place there's easy accessible iron for us in the entire game. We're declaring yet another unification war. Send the troops. So it's been approximately 4 years since the start of the game, and we've doubled our GDP. We've moderately increased our literacy. Our quality of life has kind of fluctuated a little bit, but we've pretty much tripled our population. Now, we are pretty notorious. People are going to be a little bit unhappy with us, and we really want to take out Egypt if we can. Something we can do with Egypt is, I believe, they are currently in a war with the Ottomans. So if we start a diplomatic play with Egypt right now, can I rival Egypt? I can't. I'm going to declare an interest in the Nile. And I'll look down here to the bottom right of the screen. Right, there's that war. Okay, perfect. What we want to do, Nile interest activated. So now what we want to do is, I can't rival them, but I could try to liberate Eritrea and Gondor from them. A more powerful way to basically disassemble Egypt would be to liberate Sudan here. Sudan is a population of about 2 million people and a GDP of about 1 million. That would be on my border that I could then attack, gobble up, force them to be my vassal, all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Egypt, yo, you need to liberate Sudan. No one's going to join on anyone's side, and you're already in the middle of a war. I'm also going to see, well, I don't know if I can get to the transfer Hejaz. I'm definitely going to go for war reps. I'm going to try to conquer Somaliland. I'm going to try to conquer Gondor, and I'm going to try to conquer Eritrea. Now, we got serious infamy, so we need to be careful there. And then the final thing, I will just try, I can't quite afford the transfer of the subject, but that's fine. I think we're going to murk him. He's in the middle of a war with the Ottomans, and he's going to have a bad time. And we have Theodros, the absolute Giga Chad space marine leader who is like a godlike warrior of the future. In Amhara, I'm going to build a government administration because we have a little bit of a tax issue. We still have a bureaucracy issue too. Part of the problem we're having right now is we can't actually recruit people to it fast enough. So I'm going to set on my military, I'm going to set this as Egyptian Somaliland as our main objective in the war with Egypt. Now, they just want me to be a tributary. I think I can win this war pretty easily. And the nice thing is there's a lobby in my country called the Anti-Egyptian League. And because I started a diplomatic demand of Egypt, they're going to be happier. They hate Egypt. That's going to keep some of the interest groups in my country happy. So there's Tigray. War with Ethiopia is breaking out. This guy's going to need a promotion. And I'm going to conscript as many irregular infantry as I can to bring them to bear. And now we're giga attacking them. Like, look at this. Theodros has 45 offense versus 18 defense of their units. They stand no chance. And I'm helping the Ottoman AI. And I'm happy to be chill with the Ottomans, actually. I'm totally happy to be chill with the Ottomans. Let's set a strategic objective right here to make sure we kind of claim the states in the order we need them. We want to make sure that we get these things done. Oh, they transferred a whole bunch of extra troops down here. They realized things are going bad, but these troops are completely depleted. Now, we're not very strong if they attack us, but if we attack them, we wreck them. Let's designate a new strategic objective right here so we can take Eritrea. We have 40% of the war goals. They have none of the war goals, so we are slowly pushing them out. There's legacy slavery. No more slaves will be imported into our country. We will still have slaves, they just won't be imported anymore. We could move to legal guardianship to give women rights, but the problem is that has a very low chance of actually passing. We could move to racial segregation, which is technically more inclusive than national supremacy. Unfortunately, we can't pass guaranteed liberties, and this would also radicalize the petty bourgeoisie and the armed forces. We could try to enact tenant farmers again. The potential of tenant farmers to revolutionize our country is too strong, so I think that's what we're going to go for. The Ottomans have crushed the Egyptians and they have like no army left. Now we're just going to let our armies sort of generally advance into Egyptian territory. It shouldn't be a problem for us. Yeah, we're having major crop failures due to Krakatoa erupting, which is not ideal. We got a law debate success. That extra 10% chance to succeed at tenant farmers is game changing, potentially. I've queued up 2 more government administrations in Oromia so that we can get our bureaucracy up. There's urban planning. This will allow us to have more infrastructure, eventually allow us to transition into iron frame construction. We're not quite ready for that yet, but we will get there. I think you guys should capture this first. Do not capture that northern state and create an isolated front line. So what are we researching next? International trade will allow us to get rid of isolationism, potentially. So we'll start the research on that. Okay, we can take a setback to get a 10% enactment success chance. I will take that setback because a 10% enactment success chance is pretty decent. It means we have a 25% chance of just advancing it. Tenant farmers passed to consideration. Oh my God, that is huge. If we can get it through, I cannot explain to you how big of a game changer it is. Also, we're crushing Egypt, like, completely. Yeah, they're ready to capitulate. Boom. We just conquered a whole bunch of land from them and they have to pay us war reparations. So they owe us 2.9 thousand cash per month. Now we're going to go unify the Horn of Africa, because the Horn of Africa over here has the really important iron mines that we need to begin the first phase of industrialization. First thing we're going to do is talk to Funge. Now Funge likes us and we like Funge, so we cannot make them a tributary. But what we can do is start to damage relations with them and work towards killing them later and making them a tributary. Okay, our infamy is a little high, but that's okay. Let's attack Galetti, because maybe Majortine will join in and then we can take on Majortine as well. Oh my god, Tenant Farmer has just got an advancement. It's gotten a 10% boost. Holy crap, we might be able to get rid of serfdom. This is like the serfdom speed run, bro. So we need to be careful with our infamy. We do not want to go above 100. We're happy to be notorious. That's no problem being notorious, but we want to be careful. Something else we would like to do is to see if we could maybe yoink British Kenya here. If we can grab this chunk of land, we basically seal off this sector of Africa from the British, and then we could attack Oman for this chunk, and then we could attack Portugal. So there is a huge potential here for us to go very expansionist. Now, I've never actually tried to attack the British in this way, so I don't know how that could go, because that could go really badly for us. Let's take out Majortine and let's have a look at through our lands. Okay, everything is basically churning, and I'm going to get started on an iron mine in Somaliland, no matter how long it will take to build. I'll start doing violent suppression in Somaliland because there is a lot of turmoil here, and basically we just want the pops that we don't like to start dying off. Majortine is now being crushed. I believe we can actually come in here and form Ethiopia now. Boom. God was with us. There's 25 prestige, and all of our pops become more loyal. Tenant Farmers is failing. No, it's okay. It would be a huge RNG win if we were able to get it through right now. Warsangali, let's go ahead and conquer. Somaliland now belongs to us. Let's make sure we delete any of these trade routes because they do use bureaucracy. There we go. Conquer Warsangali, conquer Somaliland. It's all going to happen. Boom. We've basically taken them. But yeah, if we could conquer just this little chunk of Kenya and we conquered this little chunk of Zanzibar, like if we could conquer all the way down, you know what I mean? Dude, there's so much potential. If we could seal off the right side of Africa, we set ourselves up for like an insane position. Okay, Somaliland is mine. Let's turn off all of our trades. We're going to go into our building registry. Any building that I have any interest in, we're going to start selling off to our population to fuel our economy. We're not quite industrializing, but we're going one step up from a primitive economy, because at the very least we can make use of iron to do iron frame constructions now that we have Somaliland here. Now we also need to build shipyards because we need a way to get clippers. We have no way to get clippers, and we need clippers so that we can run ports. And the ports will give us important convoys, but more importantly, the infrastructure that we require to build the iron mines here that will help us industrialize. I'm also going to go through, let's have a look at our market. So our consumer goods market is absolutely trash. We're making almost no chairs and clothing. Clippers are insanely expensive. Tools are cheap. That's because I actually forgot in my building registry. I want to go to rural buildings and I want to activate sawmills in my logging camps. Then I'm going to disable hardwood production because we don't need hardwood right now, which will cause a shortage of tools in the short term, but then the tool factory will actually spin up and start employing people. And the reason we want people working in the tool factory is because they get really good wages. You can see here, these laborers, they get paid £2.91, and then the shopkeepers get paid £5.83. So these jobs are a lot better. They'll be a lot more politically powerful, a lot more better educated, a lot wealthier people. We've unlocked international trade, which will potentially allow us to get off of our current laws. I'm going to research centralization for the taxation capacity. It'll also help us out with our government administration. What we want to do is we're going to make a save here. This is going to be a branch. I'm going to save this as the gamble, and we're going to see if we can beat Great Britain for that chunk of land. I'm going to drop my interest in the Nile and move my interest to Zanzibar. Let's see if we can do it. I just want to gamble on it to see if it's even possible. Okay, because I didn't make many demands, the British didn't get a chance to land many troops here. So if I'm quick and we storm our way through here, it doesn't matter that their troops are way better than mine and that they'll be able to do naval invasions. As long as I'm fast, I'll be able to get them. So designate this as a strategic objective. Come on now. Some of my buildings are demanding clippers. So ports should be set to anchorage. And then any fishing wharves in my country, we can't really afford to do anything other than simple fishing right now. So deactivate that. Oh shoot, we did it, bro. We have 100% of our war goals. This is big. Now they have to try to naval invade. Okay, we have a political movement supporting tenant farmers. I'm going to radicalize my population here. Become radical, and hopefully that will increase the support. Like, look at Britain. They're trying to mobilize their fleets everywhere. I think they're also fighting the USA. So the actual timing for this worked out amazingly. Oh my God, dude. I need to stop stockpiling money. So I'm going to lower taxes and raise expenditures because I'm overflowing my gold reserves, which is not good. Did I actually thread the needle on sealing Britain out of Africa? I cannot believe it. Okay, tenant farmers has successfully progressed to the adoption phase. Are we about to abolish serfdom? Did I just activate the greatest Ethiopia run in human history? I think it's possible. Oh my god. Okay, so the current leader of my intelligentsia is an abolitionist, and we need those guys to stay anti-slavery. So I don't mind hurting their interest group attraction. What's this guy? He's a land reformer. Oh shit. Huge. We might see some land reform here, boys. And here's a really clever thing. We could offer them the slavery ban, which basically gets us to bypass having to ban it ourselves. This could be huge for us if we can make this work. Like, they're already at only -100 for peace acceptance. Once their war support dips low enough, they'll start wanting to accept. Okay, we're being navally invaded in British Somaliland. They're a little bit stronger than us. That's important to keep in mind. So this naval invasion will go really badly for me if they can actually get to land. It will take them some time to get a fleet in position and some troops in position, so I might be able to get them to consider it. Their loans are getting bigger. Come on, man, come on. Accept this peace deal, please. Okay, they're not even in position for this yet. This is the fleet that they're going to use to invade me, so now I just have to wait for the troops to get there. Okay, I can give my landowners political strength. So let's see. There's a 70% chance that tenant farmers... Okay, Galassaduna. This is the intelligentsia. 5%. Ooh, we rolled poorly. All right, they're going to start invading. Now, they would be willing to trade these, but I don't want to liberate Hobbio. I am actually a match for their land forces when I'm attacking, not when I'm defending. So even if they can land, which they should be able to land, it's not the end of the world. Come on now. They'll take it. They'll take the slavery ban. They will let me conquer Kenya, and they're going to take the slavery ban. Boom. Proposed peace deal. Accept. Oh my god, we now have slavery banned. Dude. There are no more slaves in Ethiopia. Do you know how huge that is? So the problem with slaves, okay, is that they don't have any rights. They don't buy anything. They don't spend any money, okay? They're literally owned by another person. And that person is the landowners, the politically regressive, terrible people that run the country, right? They're paternalistic, stratocratic, patriarchal, and pro-slavery. And we just got rid of slavery and we conquered Kenya all in the same war. We are winning, bro. So I want to go to this tooling workshop. I'm going to activate wrought iron tools. And this is a nice cycle because we use iron and wood to make tools. Tools are used in logging camps to make wood. And then tools are used in iron mines to make iron. So it's a nice circular economy. Oh my god, there's so much random infrastructure in this state. I need to kill some stuff. Under no circumstances do we need 8 fishing wharves here. I'm going to cut those down so they become more productive. I'm also going to incorporate this state. It'll take 5 years, but then it won't take a 25% infrastructure penalty. Then I need to kill more. I need to go to these ports. I need to activate the cargo port. I can't even import goods though. So we'll just have to pay for these crazy amounts of clippers to get that little bit of infrastructure. These coffee plantations are broke, so I'll delete them down to 1. I'm stripping away a lot of these agricultural buildings because they are barely productive. That'll cause some radicalization in here, but that's fine. We are violently suppressing radicalization in here. The landowners want to preserve serfdom. The landowners refuse to be part of government. That's good, because in theory, we can kick them out of government. Now, who supports tenant farmers? That's the real question. Let's go into our government. We'll take a look at our laws, looking at serfdom. The intelligentsia and the rural folk will support this. So I'm going to reform my government. I'm going to take the intelligentsia and the rural folk into government together to get me the highest. Now, this will really upset everyone. Nobody will like this, okay? But that will get me a slightly higher percentage chance on tenant farmers to go through. And I'm fully willing to fight a civil war to make sure that I get rid of serfdom. Let's see here. We can lose 10% enactment success chance. I don't want to lose enactment success chance if I can avoid it. 5% here is fine. I'll take a 5% hit because when we kick the landowners out of the country during the war, we might be able to make it happen. Okay, quick little civil war, in and out, and then we're good. Okay, why do we have an iron ore shortage? Unable to hire. I'm going to subsidize the iron mines to make sure that we can hire people, because iron is an important strategic good for my empire. Let's go ahead and fan the flames of the civil war. You rise up, landowners, okay? We're gonna take you out. Boom. Let's seize the ringleaders of the revolution and we mobilizing. Get all the conscripts in. Let's go. Mobilize, deploy. to the front line. It is time to take them out. We're going to crush this revolution. And now we don't have anybody opposing the adoption of tenant farmers. So we're going to be able to push through a whole bunch of things that aren't popular with the landowners. Get wrecked, dude. I'm going to had a Galasa Dinsa try to push for a milder law, which will hopefully increase the support for this law. It'll also make him more popular. We have a shipyard here, which is fantastic, and it's time to start building up my construction industry. So in Somaliland, I am going to build a single construction sector and then 2 more iron mines. Well, 1 more iron mine is all we need. But this single construction sector is going to be different to my other construction sector because this one is going to be doing iron frame building. So rather than only producing 2 construction, it's going to be producing 5 with a little bit of state construction efficiency. And we're going to be building up Somaliland as a place to migrate people to, as it's a nice coastal province that is able to support ports, which gives us the ability to build up its infrastructure early game. Right, there's the aristocratic revolt. Now remember, we have the absolute godlike Theodros Solomon, who is unstoppable, and so this war will be nothing to us. We also got centralization, which is going to increase our taxation capacity. Our government is already illegitimate, so we can restore taxation to a more reasonable level, and we can begin consumption taxes on tobacco. In terms of technology, I'm going to finish medical degrees. We do need to start thinking about building universities soon. It's just not a right now problem. Ooh, enactment success chance. We can get a 5% enactment success chance. I like it. Let's do it. Become loyalists. Get that tenant farmers through. We will reform India. Medical degrees is researched. I do want to research lathes because lathes will increase the productivity of my furniture manufactories, and tools are going to be an important part of that. So the first industrial good we need to get our hands on is tools. The second is iron. The third is coal. The fourth is steel. And all of those feed into each other. So we've annexed the Ethiopian aristocratic revolt. Our government is still illegitimate, but we are now passing tenant farmers, and the landowners are now completely marginalized. They're down to 0.2% clout because they lost a revolutionary struggle. So they have no power in our government. Here we go. 15% chance increase, 10%. I'm going to go for the 15% enactment success chance. We're up to 49% chance of passing it. Amazing. Is it time to declare war on Oman? Let's have a look at the diplomatic demands. We can conquer the state. It costs 20 infamy. I'll wait until I'm a little bit lower. No, do you know what I should do? I should attack now before anyone else can get on their side. Portugal is likely to side with them, but that's fine, as is Marina Kingdom. We'll make a little bit of a gamble here. So Portugal sided. Oh my God. Haley Mellicott, another politician. Oh my God. Galasso Sappho was having an affair with this dude's wife. You jerk. I need you to pass tenant farmers, you jerk. You go screwing around out there. You got one job, and that's to make me pass this law. Oh, yes, here it is, boys. Tenant farmers. Now, the huge thing with tenant farmers is that the price of grain is going to skyrocket in my nation. And that's because in subsistence farms, these unused sort of arable land that is being worked by the people by hand, serfdom increases the output of their grain. So now we need to start building farms. But the short version of the story is, because we no longer have serfdom, these peasants are no longer limited by a bunch of things. So if you look at these peasants, they were restricted to very few jobs because of serfdom. Now they're allowed to generate qualifications for a lot more types of jobs. And they have a lot more freedom to migrate around my country. It's a really big deal. And when the landowners eventually come back, their power has been defanged slightly because going from serfdom to tenant farmers lowers their political strength boost by 25%. And it also means now we can actually pass things like schools, like health systems, all these things. We can actually start educating our population. One of the big things we're going to do is want to get rid of traditionalism. So let's go ahead and reform our government. We want the landowners in government. And the reason we want the landowners in government is because we are a monarchy and we're also an autocracy. And basically what that means is a huge amount of our government legitimacy is derived from having a king in power. Now we want to move away from monarchy and autocracy. The easier one to move away from is autocracy. We could move to oligarchy with the help of the industrialists, for example, or the armed forces. And I think the armed forces are going to be the easiest ones to use to get to that point because the armed forces and the landowners actually align on a vast majority of their policy. We've unlocked the lathe. This is going to allow us to have dye workshops and lathes for furniture shops. So we're able to increase our furniture and clothing manufacturing. We're going to immediately get started on oligarchy. This will radicalize the landowners again. Damn it. Let me see. They're angry right now because they're upset about legacy slavery. Yeah, I think any more reform will piss off the landowners more. We could move to professional army, but I do like the conscription that we're working on right now. What if we were to put the Oriental Orthodox Church into government? We could pass religious schools and start educating and converting our population. So I'm going to pass religious schools because we need to start educating. The next thing that we need to unlock for sure is colonization so that we can start colonizing the lands near us. That's a society tech and it'll take a little bit of time. I think we're going to easily crush this Omani situation here. They can't even get troops over here. Very easy. Portugal will probably follow. We'll be able to yoink this coast here. They are slowly trying to expand into it, but if we can just take it from them, we can pretty much lock anyone out of the right side of Africa. And from the Horn of Africa to the tip of Africa. Is this the Horn of Africa? Yeah, this is the Horn of Africa and this is the Cape. So from Horn to Cape, we will rule. I don't know if we'll be able to take Cape Colony. We will definitely be able to take Orange and Transvaal. Now, I know it's kind of meta to take Transvaal because they tend to get gold, or is it Orange? I don't remember. One of these guys gets gold. Yeah, it's Orange. So, but that gold will be useful. Although I think gold has been nerfed. It doesn't produce quite as much minting power as it used to. Yeah, we're crushing Oman here. Oh, I should have added more. Wait, I need to go back a couple months because I forgot to add things to the war. I'm going to go back to January because Portugal's in the war, which means I can demand things from Portugal too. I can't believe I didn't think of that, dude. Portuguese, Mozambique. Ooh, this is a lot of infamy. I can take one. That's it. I'll take one. I'll leave it there. But yeah, I wonder how long it will take for these guys to calm down. They oppose the recent changes like pretty badly. France do be angry at us right now. So I am going to pass a promote social mobility decree in Somaliland alongside the violent suppression. I'm also going to do a road maintenance here so we can build faster. And we're also going to promote national values so that we can convert and assimilate the population. Right now, the vast majority of the people that live here are Sunni. We need them to convert to Oriental Orthodox. I do think that a Sunni-based religious run like we're trying to do here is actually better than the Oriental Orthodox. It's just that Oriental Orthodox is kind of more interesting. Sunni is better for a number of reasons. There is an argument to be made of forming Ethiopia as a Sunni instead of an Oriental Orthodox nation, because if we go to the religious map mode, you can see all of this stuff up here is Sunni, all of this stuff up here is Sunni, all this stuff up here is Sunni, and there's even some Shiite. So they're actually pretty easy to get into our power blocks and convert, whereas we're going to have to do all of the converting from scratch against animists and Sunnis for any of the land we conquer and stuff like that, which will just make our life a little bit harder. Yeah, our GDP is fluctuating up and down pretty heavily. I'm going to build some government administration in Oromia. We're going to need some government admins to cover the education, the religious schools law that we're trying to pass. Whoa, where's my army gone? I don't even know how you guys managed to conquer this. I didn't even know you could make it over there. Well done. Religious schools is now in phase 2 of passing. Nobody really opposes religious schools. Perfect. We now own Zanzibar. Can't release it as a subject, but that's fine. We own it. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states up here in the north are going to be our core states that we build up and focus on. I can't believe we just locked Portugal and Britain out of so much of the right side of Africa. That is a complete upset to the history of the game. That will make the colonization of the left side of Africa happen faster, but it means we're going to be in such a powerful position to expand into these nations here. Like if we look at these countries, look at that, 200,000 people, 800,000 people, 200,000, 200,000, 200. Like these are all people that we can vassalize and force to pay us. In fact, my plan is probably to vassalize whichever one of these I think is the best and turn them into a single province state by like unifying their land together. Now, religious schools will cost us how much per level? At 46 bureaucracy per level to start with, and that will only get better. Or like as in, it will only get bigger, aka worse for us because it'll cost more. So I need to find, there are sulfur mines in Hejaz, which means I need to conquer Hejaz. Sulfur is a very important resource for agricultural economy. Religious schools is getting ready to be adopted. How upset are the landowners still? Okay, they're at -8, so they're a little bit less upset. Portugal has been captured. Perfect. We will be attacking them again. Let's fix our economy with some clever taxes. Government administration is following through, helping us build. Yeah, we're having a hard time building up Somaliland due to the fact that it's the religious discrimination that's kind of holding us back, but that's fine. Religious schools will help us get rid of the discriminated religions through conversion. We want to work on building up our economy a little bit, and we could make do with at least 2 furniture and 2 clothing factories in my country. So I'm going to queue those up to try and use up more tools. And I'm going to take the construction industry that I have in here and I'm going to set it to iron frame buildings so that we can increase the demand for iron. I am subsidizing this iron mine here, but I'm still not able to get enough people working in it to actually produce what I need. Oh, maybe now I am. Now I need to build 2 more. I need to build 3 more. Do what we can because we must. My construction queue will take 3 years. There's religious schools. 10% political power for the Oriental Orthodox Church, meaning they will be more clouded up. We'll get 10% education access and a 20% conversion boost. And if we can advance this to the next level, that will even extend. I believe we can get it to level 3, which is a 60% conversion, 30% education boost. But that 10% education access is huge. If we go to the unused arable land here, and we go to the peasants, these peasants have a literacy rate of 25%. Now, part of the education access they're getting is from Somaliland. The other part is from religious schools. Now, the reason that this isn't the full 10% is because I believe we haven't fully incorporated this state yet. Okay, international relations has been unlocked. This opens up a lot of diplomatic options for us. Let's put an interest in the Nile so that we can attack Funj and then eventually Darfur and make them into vassals who will pay us money for the right to be our bottoms. Ooh, Egypt has declared a rivalry with us. I'm going to go ahead and rival them right back. I'm super okay with that. All right, nice. We're getting the price of iron up and into our country. We're bringing it down. We're equalizing the buy and sell orders. We love to see it. Ooh, don't forget to, we're privatizing the buildings. What are we losing the majority of our money to? Let's have a look here. So most of it right now is military wages and construction, which means we need to get a war declared soon. So do you know what I might do? I might declare war on Funj to ban slavery. And when they refuse, did they accept? Oh, they accepted. Well, I was going to try to get war reparations out of them. So that's 5 years before I can do anything to them. That's unlucky. Yeah, I'm kind of locked out of war now. But I did get them to ban slavery. I'm having a clippers input goods shortage, making clippers too expensive. So what I will do is I'm just going to subsidize the clipper industry because I'm either paying it through the expensive ships or I'm paying it to subsidize the factory. And I would rather subsidize the factory and actually have people working and producing than just paying too much for goods that don't exist. And that'll bring the price of clippers down for my country. Makes me happy. We're going to convert this tooling workshop over to using iron, which will allow it to produce more tools and also increase the demand of iron. So we can start to bring that iron stuff online. Let's go ahead and enact charity hospitals. Charity hospitals will give us even more power to the Orthodox Church. It'll also increase the standard of living of the poorest people in my country, while also reducing the effects of pollution and just overall lowering mortality. All really good stuff. It will also cost us a small amount of bureaucracy to maintain, but that's okay. We have the iron mines online. Iron is now cheap in our country. Tools are expensive somehow. The tooling workshop needs to be subsidized because it's just not working. I need to become a naval empire. I need to vassalize Marina and I need to start attacking into Arabia here before Great Britain can get their claws in there too hard. Charity Hospitals has moved forward. We're getting our furniture manufactories online. These will be using lathes to produce furniture. We won't be building luxury furniture for a while because the demand for luxury furniture is just so low and the demand for regular furniture is so high. But these buildings should, in theory, be very, very profitable once they actually get up and running. Productivity of 27. So that's really damn good. And because we're using a more advanced type of work, right, you can see here, that means we're getting more engineers and more machinists. Engineers, in terms of their wage, engineers are a middle class, so they get triple wages. Shopkeepers are middle class, they get double wages. Machinists are lower class, they get 50% more money. So yeah, really, really good to be using high tier stuff. It increases the taxes, the tax base, the income base of my people. The landowners want local police force. I think that's actually a reasonable request. It will slightly empower the landowners, but they've already been heavily disempowered. Make sure we're privatizing these furniture manufactories as well to refill our coffers. If I kick the armed forces out of the government, our government will be way more legitimate and we'll be able to pass charity hospitals faster. Oh, big. There's stock exchange. Stock exchange is going to give us a 10% market access price impact in our country. Market access price impact is basically a measure of how easy it is to move goods between locations inside your empire. So if I look over here, you can see iron, 30% of the cost of iron is being derived from the fact that there is a surplus, a lack of consumption in this area, which means this is lowering the productivity of this iron mine, right? Because it's not able to effectively sell all of its iron to the other provinces that are using it. And if I go to this tooling workshop, you can see here, the price of iron is higher because there's no iron in this place. It has to buy it all from sort of around, which is leading to them paying over market rate, right? And that's rough. So market access price impact is actually huge for making your economy much more efficient, which is also why we want to get rid of traditionalism. If we could get literally anything other than traditionalism, it would be amazing. And that's probably something we're going to look at next. Okay, charity hospitals is about to be enacted. We'll start to benefit a little bit from that. We'll start to have a very, very powerful Orthodox Church. They love us, by the way, and they are very, very useful in the early game to get rid of the landowners' power block. They are regressive, don't get me wrong, but they're good in other ways. Boom, there's charity hospitals. This will give us the health system institution. So the way that this basically works is, and why it is so good, is if we go into any of our population, like let's say for example this unused arable land here, we can see these peasants. They have a quality of life that is based on their income. You can see here, the weekly pop income is 13,000. They use that on their expenses to buy all of their needs. Based on how much of their needs they can fulfill, they will reach a wealth level. Every 10 wealth levels, I think roughly doubles the amount of resources that a pop consumes. Something like that, right? Health system just straight up gives these guys half a point of standard of living. Standard of living dictates how quickly a population grows, you can see here, higher standard of living gives you more birth rate. Literacy lowers birth rate. And then mortality is reduced. The higher your standard of living, the longer people live, so they die less often. Health system just makes your people live longer. That does mean that the larger percentage of your population is going to be dependents, but that's not that important. What is important here is that the standard of living boost and the mortality boost work hand in hand to boost the amount of lower strata people you have in your country, which will allow them to have a really strong birth rate and a higher quality of living. The higher standard of living will also increase their literacy because they get a little bit of literacy from having wealth. Pops can technically buy wealth in increments of 0.1. And this will also reduce the effects of pollution. Pollution has some really bad effects, mostly on birth rate and health and mortality and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, these guys are going to be happier. I wish I could see how conversion works. Anyway, we now have charity hospitals. Boom. That's a nice step forward for us. We really, really, really want to get something other than autocracy. Literally anything below this would be better. Landed voting would be better. Oligarchy would be better. Also, if we could get away from monarchy to theocracy. We want theocracy, by the way. Theocracy is fun. Let's see. Can we get to oligarchy? So the landowners oppose this change. What movements do we have? We have a political movement to enact homesteading. It has pretty good support, so we could enact tenant farmers, or rather homesteading. This would further disempower the landowners and allow internal migration for peasants. This would radicalize the landowners, but if I reform the government, if I bring the rural folk into government and I confirm this, and then I go here and I go for homesteading, we have a 44% chance of passing it every single stage, which is a really, really good chance of passing it. And homesteading does something really interesting. First of all, homesteading completely eliminates any of the landowners' political strength and gives peasants full rights to move around your country at will. The other thing that homesteading does is that it's a major land reform in that any agriculture or ranch building must be owned by the local farmers, 50% of them. It'll also give a 25% political strength for farmers, which will allow us to dilute the political strength of other groups. It'll also allow the petty bourgeoisie to attract more middle strata pops. Now, middle strata pops, they are generally reactionary, so they like monarchy and theocracy. We like theocracy. They are generally more towards racial segregation, ethno-state and national supremacy, and they support migration controls. So this would be a way for us to make a rainbow alliance of the Oriental Orthodox Church and the petty bourgeoisie. And here's another really big thing. Because 50% of the farms in our country must be owned by the workers, that means they get the dividends from those buildings. They will become richer, they become wealthier, they will invest in our economy. And that's really, really good. It means the money is flowing through my economy quicker, increasing the demand for goods, increasing the availability of goods. Yeah, really, really good. Ooh, I wish I hadn't started enacting homesteading, because it would have been really, really nice to start enacting colonialism the second we finished it. There is prospecting, so we can do gold mines and gold fields now. And we have unlocked colonization, which is giving us an extra declared interest, although we are an unrecognized power, so we get a reduction in the amount of declared interests we have. In order to enact diplomatic will upon another area, you have to declare an interest in it, but it does allow us to start colonizing the second that we can do it. It also lowers our infamy generation against unrecognized powers, which is handy. Now that we have colonization, I'm going to go ahead and grab currency standards. This is going to unlock per capita taxation, which is a better taxation law than the law that we currently have, because it captures a better income tax rate and a per capita tax, whereas the current law, which is, it's better to show you this in the taxation law. See, land-based taxation, most of the tax is land tax. In here, only a little bit of the tax is land tax, the rest is per capita, so everyone pays a little bit. Now, this does disproportionately tax the poor, but this basically taxes only the peasants. And so you can see here, we would be able to capture a lot more taxation value with per capita taxation without a requisite increase in the radicalization of our population, because we would have a legitimate reason to collect those taxes. And this would allow us to invest further into our economy. So approximately 20 years have passed since the start of the game, and we've made some amazing progress already. And I'm really curious to see how far we can push this. So we can get enactment time, and this guy will get popularity, or we can get a setback for enactment success chance. I'm happy to pass this law slower if it means this guy becomes more popular, which means he'll attract more people to the enact homesteading thing, which means we'll have a better chance. So we'll see if we can pull that off. Okay, industry. We need a military shipyard in Somaliland. And the reason we need a military shipyard is because you need to have a military shipyard in order to even begin to build a navy. So I can create a navy in Ethiopia. However, I can't actually build any ships yet because I have no supply of man-of-wars. Once I have a supply of man-of-wars, we'll actually be able to start thinking about invading the Arabian Peninsula, the Marina Kingdom. I would like to make them a vassal so that they give me their money and I get their goods and production and all that stuff. There's also a really amazing thing that's just happened here. The landowners have a pacifist leader. That means I could theoretically pass national militia without issue. And this would mean I don't have to have a very big army to maintain my empire because I could rely on conscription. Very, very powerful. The less money I have to put into my military during peacetime is more money I can put into my economy. Okay, we have a revolution that wants to preserve tenant farmers. It is the aristocrats revolting again. Not a big deal. We've unlocked gunsmithing, which will allow us to do arms industries and artillery foundries. I am actually going to come over to military here, and I want to get to mandatory service. Oh shoot, we can do national militia. I actually think national militia might be busted. So I'm going to research line infantry, artillery, and Napoleonic warfare so that I can get mobile artillery. Homesteading will get political movement radicalism and support, and we will get a 10% authority boost. We can lower the enactment time to cost. Yeah, we want the radicalism and support, because the support will give us a better chance to pass it next time. The landowners are looking to rebel. Ooh, we can arrest our king. Press the emperor to support the government. You should be supporting the government, Monsieur Empereur. We can build more iron mines in here. I'm going to build another construction sector in Somaliland, and it will need 2.5 iron mines to supply it. So I'll just build 2, then I will build another construction sector, and then I will build 3 iron mines to supply it. So we're trying to improve our construction capabilities right now. Although, oh wait, no. I'm working on a navy. Sorry, I can't do that. I need a navy because I need to use my king while he's still young enough to fight. How old is he? He's 63, so he could be around for a few more years, and we can make use of him to get some, oh my god, the word is failing me. War reparations. All right, come on, Homesteading. I need you to advance. There we go. Consideration. Lovely. Dude, I am on fire today. We are dominating this game right now. Homesteading. Oh, damn it. Come on. Loyalists. Enactment success chance. We can improve. Come on, man. I need you. Theocratic Ethiopia won't stand for this. I'm going to lower taxes slightly to try to get an unacceptable government instead of an illegitimate government so that we can stay at faster passing speeds. Although I don't actually know if that affects things, so we'll just leave it. This will get us more radical still if we have taxes higher. I am going to lean towards the Marina Kingdom because I want to prevent France from conquering them, because that's what I want to do. I want to conquer the Marina Kingdom. Now, on the other hand, I mean, they're just going to fully conquer them. You know what? I think I just got unlucky. I wasn't fast enough, so we'll let them take that. I think I will concern myself with conquering the south end of Africa instead. So do I have a truce with Portugal? Go ahead and see. No. Do I want to declare an interest in South Africa? Yes. I'm going to declare an interest in South Africa so we can conquer down through Gaza and Portugal here to try and secure more coal for our empire. Here we go. Military shipyards are about to be finished in Somaliland. There's no sell orders for hardwood in my entire country, which feels bad. I will subsidize the military shipyard and immediately begin the construction of some frigates. Did I build the right kind of shipyard? Military shipyard. Oh, right. I need to subsidize the military shipyard. Sorry. Line infantry have been unlocked. God, homesteading is at 76%, but hasn't actually passed anything yet. So, Navy. We have our fleet over here, and now we can make naval bases. So I will fill Somaliland with naval bases now. It'll take a decent amount of time to build these naval bases and a decent amount of time to fill them with ships. And navies take a very, very long time to recruit. We have 46 sailors right here. That's not even enough to field a single boat. We are fielding a single boat, but it's barely staffed at all. We're going to recruit 8 sailors per week. So very slow. Impossibly slow. Okay, we need to wait until Great Britain is in another one of those awful plays that they can get into. We should probably improve relations with them. They are super hostile right now. I don't know if I can take Portugal and Great Britain. I can take either, but if they're able to fully deploy their military to me, I don't know if I can take their 200 battalions of squad infantry or whatever they are. Come on, Homesteading, please pass. Come on now. Yes, okay, it's about to be adopted. We're about to adopt Homesteading. Huge. The good news is we are converting the population here. 13% are now Oriental Orthodox. Across my entire population, if we go ahead and look at the population journal, 50% is now Orthodox. We're converting 5.6 thousand per month to Orthodox, which is fantastic. We should see those populations convert. Boom, homesteading, passed. Okay, farmer political strength, minimum owned agricultural levels. Can we make some changes to the government? We need to change the distribution of power. I need the landowners to be okay with the change. So we need to research democracy right there. I'll research currency standards first and then go to democracy. Also, I need to build some educational facilities. It's been like 22 years and we haven't built a single university. It's bad. We are going to forgive the landowners for slavery, and they will lose the pro-slavery ideology. They'll no longer demand slavery, mainly because that will help us with our stability. Okay, I'm going to bring the landowners and the Oriental Orthodox Church into government for a little while, just to have a period of stability. And the second that we've invented democracy, we're going to go to landed voting. We're running out of money, and we're not able to solve that issue easily. I tell you what we will do, colonial affairs. I think that's going to require us to put the armed forces into government. So I'm going to take out the Orthodox Church, bring in the armed forces. God, the landowners oppose it because they're pacifists. Goddamn pacifists! Are you kidding me? I have 2 goddamn pacifists in charge of my country right now. Yeah, the landowners are super angry about the current situation. If we passed local police force, this would make them happier. Let's do that first. Try to make them a little bit less radical. Pass the local police force, we'll get that through real quick, real easy, and then maybe we can start reforming in other ways. I'm going to build some logging camps to try to increase the productivity of my country slightly. Actually, wood is cheap, so I think I'd be better off building clothing industries. And I've had to go to maximum taxes and minimum military wages because my economy is overheating with my expenses and we're just not making enough money, which is not ideal. I'm going to focus on building a few millet farms in Oromia. This will have a double whammy of increasing the wages of the people in this area and also disempowering the local landowners because we basically reduce the size of the subsistence farms here while also reducing the value of the grain that's being produced. And because we have homesteading, we're putting money directly into the hands of the local population in the form of farmers and laborers. So we could do an agrarian transition in Oromia. I'm going to switch my government administration to using paper, which will make paper extremely expensive, but there should be some production of paper in my country. Then I'm immediately going to build a paper mill in Oromia because it only uses wood to produce paper, which is very, very useful. I'll probably build 2 paper mills. And that'll give me a huge boost of bureaucracy, which will increase my state construction efficiency. That means when I pass local police force, it won't be such a burden on my bureaucracy. If I get better research to education and health systems, I can improve them. So I am the 21 biggest economy in the world. I am the 18th most populated. I have a pretty bad GDP per capita, but that's fine. We will improve it slowly. I'm going to get a new leader of the Orthodox Church who is also a pacifist. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Democracy has been unlocked. Amazing. So we can go to voting. I need this local police force to pass. I may have to pause government construction for a while. Banking would be nice for minting. Romanticism would be nice for agrarianism. New economic systems would be good if we could get them. Come on, we need local police force to pass. What if I take the armed forces? So does the armed forces support this? They do, but I think I can take them out of the government now to get legitimacy. So we'll go up to legitimate government now, which should allow me to run a little bit hotter on taxes. We have a revolution for consumption-based taxes, which is pure insanity, okay? Galasa Dinsa, you are getting kicked out of the country now. You've been really useful, Mr. Land Reformer, but whatever the fuck this is, this madness, you're getting exiled, okay? Get out of here. He was useful. He helped us reform our country quite a bit, but he's not welcome anymore. Not if he's gonna reverse our political situation on taxes. Boom. Local police force. This is going to help us with penalties from turmoil. It does give a little bit of landowners political strength, but not that much. We can disperse the crowds by force to become more radical, changing his civil war progress by 10%. Or, yeah, we want them to become loyalist. The stupid taxation. We want to go the other way. We want to go to per capita. We want a more efficient taxation system. What the heck? Let's go ahead and do the national militia switch now. Take a little bit of time to get that transition through. But this means we don't have to spend so much on military wages in peacetime. And that's big. Because it'll mean we can just conscript massive armies of line infantry. And we can just have the arms factories and stuff mothballed in position, ready to produce. Okay, a couple of paper mills have been built in Oromia. Romanticism is unlocked, so we can finally get rid of traditionalism. We have so many laws we need to get rid of, dude. I love having pacifists in power. It really helps you pass certain things. It makes it hard to get colonialism, though. That's the one thing. Let's go ahead and research banking. I want that minting boost. 10% minting basically means that you get 0.1% of your economy's GDP printed per week. So this will be 0.11% of our economy printed per week. Can I attack Portugal? Is it safe to? Great Britain won't support them. Attack. They are fearful. I must declare interests down here. Please do not back down. Army reserves unlocked. Siam sided with Portugal. National militia is about to go through. Oh, shoot. That might have been a bad time to pass national militia. It's like the same time we declared a war, but that's fine. I want to conquer Luraco Marquis. I'll add that to the primary. And I want to conquer Zululand to the primary. They might be able to get France in on their side. That's okay. Ooh, we can get a Oriental Orthodox Church guy to be our leader. So he's pious, doesn't kill us fast, but morale is better. And he's a diplomat. Let's recruit him. We will promote him to maximum rank to make our church stronger, because they will get a 5% political power boost for every level he gets, and he'll help command our army. Then I like so he was just a regular guy. Now I want the adamant defense guy, part of the intelligentsia. He will give us defense, dug-in chance, and he's popular. You will be my adamant defender. I'll just recruit as many irregular infantry as I can across my entire country. Then we're going to double mobilize and raise conscripts and go to where we need to go. France did not back Portugal. Huge. Now, as long as Theodoros is alive, we have a chance to win this war. If he dies, the war is over, because he adds that huge offense bonus that basically allows you to crush anyone. Yeah, as long as we're attacking, we will crush. So we need to make sure we're attacking. And so far we are attacking, which is good. Dude, we could completely seal this up. National militia has not yet passed. That's useful, because we don't actually want it to pass while we're in war. Ideally, if we could pause this, that would be amazing. We have a man of war input shortage. Yeah, that's fine. Our dreams of a navy are not really being borne out. Oh, dude, I think we're going to crush Portugal here. That's big. Now we just need to take out Gaza and Transvaal. I really appreciate the game delaying national militia for me just a little bit so that I could win this war, no problem. Okay, once all these millet farms are done, bringing down the price of grain in my country a little bit, I am going to queue up literally 10 universities. Well, I can only afford 4 right now. I don't even know if I can do that much. Well, if I do a road maintenance, I can definitely fit the 10 in. That will get me plus 20 innovation, up to plus 30, and an additional 10%. So I'll probably get somewhere between 22 and 33 innovation based on paper consumption stuff. The war has been won. We have 100% of the war goals. Siam is now out of the war. We don't care about those guys. Not interested. National militia is now ours. So we no longer have quite as powerful an actual army, but we can mobilize a much larger part of our population as infantry conscripts. National militia is going to save us an insane amount of money from barracks in peacetime, which we're going to then put into education. It's the dream, boys. It's all starting to come together. Okay, let's expand our construction sector. We'll build a construction sector here. First, we need to get that up a little because I'm not building things fast enough, or rather, I'm not spending my money fast enough is a more accurate way to say that. I think Portugal is ready to surrender. Oh, Portugal is bankrupt. Get wrecked, Portugal. I now own their land along the coast here. Gaza, I think I'm going to tributize Gaza and make them my vassal. No one will intervene on their side. Perfect. We'll start conscription of 152 conscripts to obliterate them. They backed down. They yielded the primary war goal to us. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and improve relations. Oh, I can't. I'll stop improving relations with the Great Britain. Wait, what happened to the British Empire? Oh God, they're having trouble. Just don't look at them. India has collapsed. What happened to Britain? What did America do to Britain? Oh my God, it's ripe for the taking. I can become the new empire. Oh shit, dude. It's all possible here. Gaza, I'm going to grant the state of, which one was it? Not this one, it's this one here, right here. Ethiopian Lochenko Marx. That way I don't have to administrate it myself, and they will pay me tribute. Now, because I don't want Gaza to try to become independent, I am going to reduce their payments and offer them knowledge sharing. And then I'm going to improve relations with them, which should help reduce their liberty desire. And we can see that our relations are increasing by +1 every little under 8 days, I think it is, to improve. So hopefully we'll be getting them to like us a little bit more. I do need more influence in order to reduce my infamy, so I'm going to declare a rivalry on someone. These little random states down here are actually great to do it on because they literally don't matter. I am going to go ahead now. We're not passing any laws, so I definitely want colonial affairs if I can get it. Even if it was just frontier colonization. Jesus Christ. We need the leader of the Oriental Church or of the landowners to switch. I can't believe I'm getting screwed on colonization. Does not feel good. Okay, I'm going to reform the government. I'm going to drop the Oriental Orthodox Church. I'm going to bring in the armed forces. Oof. I'll bring back the Oriental Orthodox Church. And I want to hit him up with, wait, oligarchy. Oh no, it was the intelligentsia. Damn it. God, it's so hard to get rid of monarchy. Our king is unfortunately loved. He's getting old, but we need to get rid of him. Now, I would love to do free trade. I need to get rid of autocracy so bad, dude. The problem is landed voting. Well, they only oppose it. It wouldn't radicalize them. Okay, I'll bring the rural folk into government. And maybe we can try to get frontier colonization passed. It'll be tough. Someone's got to try to do it. Okay, we researched banking. That's going to give us a small boost to our minting, which is basically just free money that we get over time. It's a very small amount of money, but it will be useful. See if I can get a defensive pact with the Ottoman Empire. Perfect. That would be fantastic. So now if I get attacked, the Ottomans will help. And that'll keep the pro-Ottoman lobby happy. Let's have a look at the naval situation. Has my navy been built up? It has. Okay, so we can start maybe switching over our declare interests to Arabia and maybe start doing a little conquesting. I'm going to build a arms industry in Oromia. I believe my national investors are also building that. And the idea here is that we build the arms industry in my capital. It will produce, I believe, 30 guns. I'm also going to produce an artillery foundry in Oromia so that we can start to supply a small professional army. But I completely disbanded my military to save money for a while. We have empiricism now. Ottomans are guaranteeing our independence. That's handy. So in my capital, I should have a supply of small arms now next week when the game decides that the arms industry, I'll subsidize it for 2 weeks so that I can actually produce for 1 turn effectively, which will now the game knows I have a supply of it. So I can come in here, I can grab this army. I'm going to dissolve all of my conscripts. I'm going to move them up to line infantry, and I want effectively 30 conscripts from this area, which is what a single factory can support. So 1, 2, 3, those are my line infantry coming. We are going to be recruiting cannon artillery as our main units because cannon artillery are actually good offensive units. They have good kill rates. So cannon artillery are going to be sort of our standing army. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get those 5 artillery underway. Okay, I have to cancel the colonial affairs attempt. It's not going to work. The presidential republic would be supported by the intelligentsia. Ooh, we have a movement to enact presidential republic. That'd be nice. It would radicalize so many people though. I need to get off monarchy. What I really need to get rid of is autocracy, and I'm struggling. Part of the problem is these guys, they are pious, so they support autocracy and the monarchy. It's fine. We can't really change that. Best to focus on our military adventures. Oh, hey. Does that mean I can get another construction sector? I think it does, because we got surplus money. God, I hope this pacifist dies quickly. Okay, I need to kick the Orthodox Church out of the government so I can exile their leader. Hold on. I kick them out. Boom. Then I exile this pacifist. Boom. I got another goddamn pacifist. I'm gonna retire that commander, and I got another pacifist. Are you kidding me? God, I just pissed off my Orthodox Church for no reason. Oh, God. Anyway, we need to build an empire. I need to either move to, let's see, endorsement of interventionists. We can move to agrarianism. Agrarianism isn't so bad. I need to bring the rural folk and the industrialists into government. Let's see what we can do. We'll kick you out. Rural folk in. Oh, that's painful. Can I get a general, a rural folk general? I can get a landowner general. The petty bourgeoisie isn't so bad. There we go, rural folk. I'll promote the hell out of him. Any admirals can I recruit? Oh yes, a rural folk admiral, perfect. So we'll promote him so we can increase the clout of the rural folk. Now we just have an unacceptable government, which is fine, and we'll be able to switch to agrarianism. Boom. So agrarianism will be actually a major improvement to us because traditionalism has a huge market price impact debuff, a taxation capacity debuff, a bureaucracy cost of population buff, and this will also increase the investment efficiency of my country. So we should see a major uptick in the rate of our growth of our country after we do this. Okay, I'm going to go after Hejaz to make them a tributary, and I'm going to plan a naval invasion of their land. They are fearful. I'll add war reparations. Ooh, Funge sided with Hejaz. This is actually big for me here. I'm going to declare an interest in the Nile so I can get war goals against Funge. I'm going to ask for war reps from Funge, and I'm going to recruit more line infantry, and I'm going to put more artillery to the top of my queue. Let's get on that border with Funge. Thankfully, we still have Tirodorus, whatever his name is. Dude, the Giga King, the Space Marine King. It'll take a while for us to conscript the kind of army we need to hold and fight, but it won't be nothing. We'll lose in the early parts of this war, but hopefully our conscription will kick in, particularly if I increase military wages and pass a decree for enlistment efforts in our capital. Then if I come to my army and I just say, hey, yo, in the capital, make sure you get more of the infantry, and then these conscription centers, they should fill up nice and quick with troops. Besides, when we attack, we obliterate, unless we don't. Oh my God. Well, we're outnumbered 3-1, so that's fine. Let's grab law enforcement so we can increase our law enforcement institution investment. The only person who should be attacking is Tirodoros. I don't know why anyone else even thought they could attack. We're building a whole bunch of barracks to try to recruit more artillery, and the conscription should be kicking in soon. There we go. Conscription kicking in. There's the shredding that I talked about. Absolute shreddery. Wait, no, this isn't the war I'd meant to fight. Hold on. Shoot, I'd meant to ask for more things in the war deal. Oh God, I hope I go back far enough. No I don't. Whoops. Oh well. God damn it. Listen, I make mistakes sometimes, man. I forgot to add war goals against Funge. It's okay, we'll get Hejaz. Ooh, we're now an unrecognized major power, which means in theory we could form a power block. But we need to get rid of isolationism. Oh, it's so hard to do. Oh shoot, I didn't realize I was spending so much on my military. You, split off. Defend this front right here. Shit, I'm gonna lose so much money here. Max taxes. Lower wages for the military. Okay, I'm going to start a new formation with Theodoros. He's going to take mobile artillery with him and like 10 conscript line infantry. We'll also grab from the 3rd Ethiopian army. Okay, we're going to plan a naval invasion of Hejaz. I don't care about the naval invasion penalty. That'll be fine. Should not be an issue. All right, we established a university. Let's go ahead and go for Philosopher Kings. That'll get us a 25% university building throughput and a political strength boost to our academics. I'm going to demobilize this army to save on money because all we have left now is the invasion that we need to pull off. Theodoros is like an absolute god at any sort of attack. Okay, let's focus on production technology next. Intensive agriculture plus nitroglycerin are going to help us advance our extraction technology a lot better. Okay, transfer the suzerainty of Hejaz to us and we get Funge war reps. Oh, it worked out. Perfect. So Hejaz is now my tributary, and what's important about that is it's going to get me access to sulfur. Sulfur is used in fertilizer factories. If I go to technology here, fertilizer plants create fertilizer, then said fertilizer can be used in millet farms, which I've already pre-built, to produce more grain, and we have a whole bunch of grain demand, although it seems to have equalized slightly. Okay, I'm going to get rid of enlistment efforts. I'm going to get rid of encourage national thingy. I'll also get rid of violent suppression. We don't need to suppress our people anymore because we need taxes and we need them immediately. We have to pause all government construction. Money is coming into the treasury. Let's go to our building registry. Any building we own inside our country, we're going to try to sell, with the exception of military shipyards and gun factories and stuff like that. We can sell off the paper mills, the shipyards, although shipyards are kind of like a government good in my opinion. On the rural side of things, we can sell off fishing wharves, banana, cotton, tea. Basically everything here is sellable. Okay, I'm going to cut taxes and I'm going to cut wages to government employees, and I'll raise another tax this time on nothing right now. This will allow me to enact agrarianism more easily. Hejaz is requesting permission to control their own market. Absolutely not. We need them to be in our market so we can have their sulfur. Come on, agrarianism, I need you to pass. Dude, trying to fix this country is hard. I can't believe I got multiple pacifists. I got 3 pacifists in a row for the church, dude. That is just bad luck. Under no circumstances can I accept any more loss of money here. I'm gonna have to tax clothing or something, or lower government wages and military wages even more. I don't understand why these guys have no access to our market. They're right there. Okay, I'm gonna grant Hejaz their own market because they're isolated from us, and that was upsetting them a lot. And now I'm going to improve relations with them to make them less hateful. I need to bring Gaza down slightly so I can annex them. Well, I don't need to annex them. I want to lower their autonomy, and then I can use them as a way to attack Transvaal. God, what unhinged mother F wants consumption-based taxation, the worst taxation law. My country is stalling because of this stupid agrarianism law not going through. Come on, please, I need this. God damn, it really kills your country to try to force through a law like this. But it would make such a huge difference if we could. But like, look at my GDP. My GDP is practically flat for like 4 years or something, killing me. I need this to, like, the dice rolls are insane. The fact that this hasn't gone through, I've got a 50-50 on this. Come on. Yes. Okay, huge. Instantaneously, everything is a lot better. We can go to max taxes and start paying people. We don't care about the legitimacy of our government anymore because we don't need to pass these laws. We can kick them out of government. Reactivate government spending. Let's build a government administration here. Okay, what are you? Consumption-based taxation. Dude, you're insane. If you think this is a good idea, you're insane. This would lower our tax revenue by 11,000. Okay, I'm going to stop promoting social mobility. Literacy has been advanced quite enough because I need that authority to pass more taxes. Paper is a little bit expensive, but I do think it's worth it for me to be building these government administrations. I'm going to need tax, and I also need government administrations in Gondor to kind of pay for integrating it because it's not actually integrated yet. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 government administrations here will pay for the incorporation. I'm going to start the incorporation now, and the tax rate will dip but slowly start to climb back every 32 weeks. Not have the unrest and I don't know how to stop getting turmoil. Violent suppression. Boom. Get violently suppressed. Why are you guys so angry? What's radicalizing you? What's this? The Hejazi peasant revolt is revolting. I need to wipe out this interest It's really bad that this bureaucracy deficit is killing my tax revenues. I'm not even spending that much money. It's just the fact that we're not collecting enough taxes while we're trying to build these up. And the stupid people here are always in turmoil. Like, why? What is wrong? What is pissing you off? Why are you radical? You're like way above your minimum standard expected. I don't know why you're radical. Like, I wish I could understand why you're radical. Like, why are you pissed off? Why are you mad? Why are you supporting consumption-based taxation? It's the stupidest law. Oh my god, it's such a bad law. I'm not changing it. You guys can revolt. I don't give a damn. So we've managed to incorporate Gondor. That's going to get us Gondor. That's going to get us the tax in here, and also the benefits of all these things: conversion, mortality, state penalties, pollution, education, standard of living. More importantly, going to get our tax revenues up as these bureaucracies get in power. I want the Civil War now. You guys have pissed me off. Come and have a go then if you think you're hard enough, as they like to say. I am a little bit light on paper, so I will build a paper mill in Gondor. Oh, finally, I might be able to pass colonial affairs. Oh, please? Not with high taxes running, I won't be able to. Nope, I need to have normal tax levels to do that, which means I'm probably in a death spiral right now. If I paused government construction, I can only pause government construction after the government administrations are actually built. Psychiatry is unlocked. That's going to help us with the bureaucracy and our influence and all that stuff. Let's decrease the autonomy of Gaza. So now they're a vassal. I'm going to give them Zululand. Currently, Gaza are paying me 895. I'm going to give them Zululand so I don't have to manage that land by myself. That'll lower their liberty desire, and their payments will increase a smidge. I think it's time for me to conquer Orange. Transvaal will probably join in, which is fine because I can vassalize them or something. And this will be nice because the minting power of this will be useful. I'm hoping my vassal can just fight this for me and deal with it without me having to actually do anything. See, here's the thing. I don't know why these guys are supporting consumption-based taxation. Do they just not like taxes? Do they know that the country will collapse if they do that? War with Orange has broken out. I think my vassal can handle this, honestly. Yes, get the hell out of here, you stupid pacifist censorship enjoyer. Okay, we've unlocked nitroglycerin. We need to research more ways to get gold out of gold mines. So the water tube boiler is coming online because the second we conquer Orange, I want to build the gold mines there, and they're going to be state-owned, printing money for me and me alone. Oh, Transvaal also has gold mines. Okay. I'm seeing some potential here. I'm considering incorporating this state, but maybe after I have a little bit more bureaucracy, because my bureaucracy is grim at the moment. How could I possibly be losing this much money? It's the interest. But I can't stop building the government administration because they have to be built. I need them. I have but no choice. Give me the Civil War. I desire the war. Revolt. You motherfuckers revolted right as I was about to build another government administration. I swear to God. This is the worst position to be in, is when your economy is overheated and now you're in a civil war and you're trying to stabilize, but it's all going wrong. Sure, fine, whatever. Let's incorporate Vrysat so that we can get the turmoil down and the things like that down. I'm going to do a violent repression here. I will mobilize my troops later. I'm going to mobilize them now. I need to cancel violent suppression. I need to do enlistment efforts in the capital, and then I need to open up my army, and I need to just draft every man, woman, and child into the army. Let's bankrupt the nation. Let's do it. Little Civil War bankruptcy. You know what I'm saying? We love it. I need to be the one attacking. It's what we're good at. Theodros. Do it. Yeah, Theodros. Get him. Get him, Theodoros, whatever your name is. We should officially start winning this battle very soon. An annoying and expensive war. Damn peasants revolting. Oh, we got a new emperor. Our guy died. Nagassi Solomon follows the armed forces. So at least we can get the landowners out of power here. All right, so armed forces plus the church equals a contested government. That's good. At least it's not an illegitimate government. Okay, the war is over. I'm disbanding my army again. Why do you guys want censorship? It's literally worse. Fine, censorship it is. You can have it. I don't care. I just want to fix my country, damn it. I'm going to incorporate this state because I want their taxes. Why is my debt getting worse? What is happening? Please stop. I hate that I have to stop building. That's the worst. We are incorporating this state down here. And the reason we're doing that is so we can build the gold mines. I have the gold mines queued up for us to start building them. So if I unpause this, you can start expanding the gold mines. It'll cost us some money. No, increasing debt is never worth it as an unrecognized power. It just costs you so much. Okay, I am going to be cutting government wages and military wages to save on money to try to pay off our debt. Like, look at the interest rate, dude. A 30% interest rate is insane. we need to clear it. We managed to pass censorship, which is bad, but it will make the people happier. Oh God, it would make me so happy to get per capita taxation. That would be an extra 16k. We need to try it. Who supports this? The rural folk, the petty bourgeoisie, the industrialists, and the armed forces. So it would be huge if we could get per capita taxation to pass. I'm really happy that we're clearing our credit problems. I'm not very happy about the fact that our investment pool is completely depleted. You can already see how quickly the interest is clearing here as we pay it off. You know what? I'm going to skip land-based taxation because what I really want is frontier colonization. So we can finally start colonizing Africa. Good God. Okay, can I unpause the gold mines without going negative? Okay, I go slightly negative. I'm willing to deal with that. That's how valuable. Nope, not willing to deal with that complete negativity. Never mind. Ooh, we have a guy who wants to enact theocracy. Now that could be fun. So theocracy is basically just monarchy, but with religious flavor. But that's exactly what we want. Okay, thank goodness we're wiping out that government interest. That is a hell of a lot of interest we were paying. General staff has been unlocked, so we can upgrade the rate at which we conscript our population. Let's go to the building registry and development. Conscription centers will be sent to general training. Perfect. We've unlocked central archives. That's going to give us taxation capacity as well as standardized filing systems for our government administration, which allows us to consume more paper. I'm going to grab central banking for more minting because we are getting some gold mines soon. God, I need frontier colonization to go. Can you imagine if I had that like a few decades ago? The difference it would have made to my run. The good news is gold mines are actually pretty profitable. We also got dialectics. We can finally start increasing our education investment, which is a thing that we want to do. Oh, I could have done it before. Yeah, we should definitely increase that. I need to get my government out of debt though before I can start expanding it. Oh yes, frontier colonization is getting through. So why gold mines are so nice is they directly mint money into your bank. You can see here a single level of gold mine is minting about 250 gold that just goes straight up into my bank account from the gold mines and gold fields because they're inside my country. Basically, it's representing the gold reserve, and that minting is really powerful. It's basically money from thin air. It does a lot. Also, I'm in command of the dividends here, so if I can make this a profitable endeavor, which I should be in the unique position to do, I'm going to pass a road maintenance decree here to get some more maximum infrastructure. Population's a little low, so it won't quite get us the infrastructure we need. We do not need an artillery foundry here. We also do not need cotton plantations, so I'm going to sell those. We also don't need construction sectors down here, so I'll sell those off. We do need the railway. That's a lot of universities. I'm going to downsize it to level 5, try to ease up on the infrastructure usage here, and that'll hopefully lead to the gold mines being more profitable over time, allowing them to mint more. I'm going to move to the atmospheric engine pump for the minting increase. We do need coal. I'll queue up a coal mine. I'm not going to be lowering taxes, by the way. This is going to be how we're going to run our economy hot so that we can burn all this cash flow into economy. Oh yes, we're now a colonial power. We have frontier colonization. Amazing. So we have colonies churning. I'm going to establish as many colonies as I can to get us expanding across Africa. It doesn't matter if they take a very, very long time. It does not bother me. After central banking, we're going to research quinine, which will remove the malaria penalty. Our tech rate is 70 out of 112. So the next thing that I'm going to do is expand my knowledge base with universities. I'm going to add 2 construction sectors to Gondor and to Amhara to increase the construction capability of my empire. We're still in debt, so it hurts to do this, but it is important to maximize the GDP growth rate because our GDP growth rate has not grown fast enough in the 40 years since the start of the game. It's almost been 50 years. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you guys go for it. I don't care. All right, the construction sectors are coming online, which will massively spike the cost of construction goods like iron, but that's not important. Can I now maybe get to per capita taxation? Oh, we might be able to. Landowners, stay mad. Please just don't try to revolt. Amazing. Finally, we're able to increase our construction to something reasonable. Jesus Christ, we've been lagging behind. Okay, a coal mine is coming online in Vrystaat. Wait a minute. Oh, I let Gaza revolt. Oh, no, 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 no. I let them enforce their war goals thinking they would stay in my country. That is not what happened. They liberated themselves, which I am not okay with. Hold on. Mobilize the conscripts and defeat them. I did not realize that that was going to happen there. I thought they were just going to be like, yeah, we're angry. We wanted to do a thing and make a religious theocracy. I didn't realize they were trying to get their independence. I'm not chill with that. So I think the most important thing... Oh, man. Why is the market access so bad here? This time, we kept Gaza in our ranks, and we're working on the gold mines in here. So we've taken care of the coal shortage, I want to say, which is leading to a minting penalty, but that penalty will disappear over time. This is going to be free money injected into our economy. Can't wait for that. Ooh, amazing. We got central banking, which is going to give us a minting boost. That means our gold mines are going to be even more useful. It also is going to negatively impact our loan interest rate, i.e., well, positively impacted by reducing it. So we're going to pay less interest is the dream there, which means we'll pay off our debt even faster with a lower interest rate. The French have started a play against us. They want to conquer Gaza. I will pull the Ottomans into this war. I'll conscript as many men as I need to prevent this from happening to me. We've activated conscription. Our plan is to fight. Now they're feeling cocky. We're going to get the Turks in here. The Ottomans want us to become their tributary. No thanks. Instead, I'm going to call you with my ally ability here. Italy decided to side with France, which is crazy. I don't want to add any war goals because our goal is to be defensive here. We don't share a land border with them, so they'll have to deploy a navy. They're both going to be trying to invade here. I will have a massive group of line infantry defending. They are the next advanced type of unit, but I have so many units. They're attacking. We're contested. They're not able to bring their full firepower. Their invasion is stalling. I need my troops on proper defensive orders. Tiny little piece of landing progress is all they got. Damn it. I have to cut some taxation laws. Let me reset my consumption taxes and see what I can get more efficiently. So I'll do tobacco, I will do services, I will do wine, transportation's another good one, and luxury clothes. Put us back into a better position. Also, per capita taxation did not go well. It is straight up failing in the legislature, which doesn't feel good. We'll reset it, it's okay. All right, how are the battles going? Yeah, this time we're pushing them off. They're getting kicked out. That's some good shit right there. Thankfully, they have insufficient naval support, which is going to make it harder for them to land. Italy is trying to land in Somaliland, so I'm going to split the formation. They're going to park up here in Ethiopia. Oh, come on! There's no way they get there before me. It was just like, oh, boom, 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 naval landing complete. I'm like, no, come on, man. There wasn't a single troop there? You joking me? All right, let me grab this guy right here. I'm going to transfer him out with like 30 conscripts, and then I'll station him in Ethiopia. It's silly because they're like, oh, he has no troops over here, so we will invade there. That wasn't actually like a strategic thing. They were just like, derpty derpty derp, we see through the fog of war. Anyway, I learned that I need to leave troops to defend my borders. I thought they would only invade here, so, you know. The good news is we are slowly minting more money from the gold mines in Vrystadt. We definitely want to get nitroglycerin in here to increase the amount of gold being produced. I'm going to cancel per capita taxation because the land-based taxation group got way too radical for me to hold. I'm also super mad at how much this war is costing me. I'm going to cut down the number of troops here to 120. I don't think we need more than that anymore. And I'm going to cut the mobile artillery out. This war will bankrupt me, and I'm super mad about it. Please just piece me out, France. Please just piece me out. Whoa, what was that? How did you get landing? Okay, Italy's out of the war, thank God. How did France get a landing percentage there? That was nutty. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, they must have just rolled really badly on the battle dice or something. Dude, there's no way you're conquering that. You're not even holding it, bro. Missed me with that. Minting is online. Are we paying much to subsidize those gold mines? We shouldn't. Right, yeah. No, they pay for themselves, basically. We do need to bring down the price of tools and coal in our economy. France, please, just give up. Please. They're willing to take white peace now. Please, white peace. Okay, we're out of war. Immediate demobilization. We have an interest problem. Guess what? We now have a construction pause. Fuck. Dude, I'm so mad. That war actually crippled me, especially because now I'm negative on bureaucracy. Okay, I'm going to turn off enlistment efforts. I am going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the thing I shouldn't. I'm going to upgrade my entire government administration to use more paper. I'm going to tax clothing, and I'm going to tax liquor. Come on, where am I going to get money? Where am I going to get money? What can I do? I could disband a small amount of my government. From research, if I get the water tube boiler, I can make gold mines more efficient at minting. I'm going to disband a very small amount of my government. I have 250 excess bureaucracy, so I'm going to disband. No, why would I disband them when all I gotta do is go to my building registry, go to development inside my country, and switch some of my governments to a basic setup. Also, paper is insanely expensive. Positive money. Every time we pay a tiny piece of interest off, we snowball back to safety. All right, that's my doorbell. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.